What's going on, social media fam? It's your boy AK, Universal Soldier. You already know. Today I'm chiming in. I want to bring you a message on energy. I want to talk about energy, and not just any energy, but energy in relationships and the relationships that you have, and ways to protect your energy. So I think this is important to talk about because we all have families, friends, loved ones, and we get into it with them. We get into it with them, and then we end up holding these grudges. And these grudges, they drain us. They mentally drain us. They physically drain us. They emotionally drain us. They spiritually drain us. It just really wears us out. And so I think it's important to understand how to protect your energy, but more importantly, not just react, but I think it's important to learn how to influence energy. So anybody can really react, but I want to teach you how to influence and respond to energy in the right way so you can maximize these relationships, but also your energy levels. Because let's just be honest, like the issues and the conflicts that we have within our families, I'm not saying they're not justified, and that you're not right for being upset or whatever, but I'm saying is we can't continue to hold grudges and expect to do the very best that we can do and become who we're capable of becoming, because that energy that we're using to hold grudges and be mad and be upset, like our kids can get that same energy. We can give it to them. We can go to the gym and give our health that energy. We can go to school and give our mental, right, that energy. There's so many different things we can do to redirect that energy. And so that's really where my focus is at. And that's what I want to talk about today. The first thing I want to discuss is really just taking a relationship energy inventory. And the people that you talk to, the people you have conversations with, are they making you feel more optimistic or less optimistic? Do you feel drained after talking to them? Think about all these things are really, really important because we're talking about protecting your energy. Okay. I remember I had a family member that would call me all the time. I mean, they would call me all the time and spend 20, 30 minutes talking about a lot of negativity and a lot of nonsense that was going on in their life. And I did it initially because I wanted them to vent and get it out their system, but it became a habit. And I said, hey, look, it came to the point where I said, listen, here's the deal. I love you, but the only thing you're talking about is negativity and nonsense. I said, everything can't be all bad. It can't be all negative. I said, from now on, if you're going to call me, I need you to talk about 3 positive things before you talk about 1 negative thing. Just 3 positive things, because it has to be something positive going on, and I want you to focus on that. And I said, so that's the deal. Otherwise, I hate to tell you, but we got to discontinue these conversations. And so what do y'all think happened? Y'all probably got family members the same way that call you and drain you with a lot of nonsense. What do you think happened? Do you think this person called me with 3 positive things and then jumped into the negativity, or do you think this person just stopped calling? If you guess the second option, the person stopped calling, you're 1,000% correct. And it was all good with me. Like, it was literally no love lost. Because again, we have to get to the point where we're not adapting to that energy, but we're learning how to really redirect and influence that energy. Because it's our energy, guys. It's our energy. All right. So the next thing that I want to talk about after you do the energy inventory, I want you to learn how to react less. React less. The reason we react, especially a negative energy, is because most of the time it's because of pride. It's because of ego. If you take a second and just practice pausing before you react and you respond, you'll see a major difference. So let me give you an example. Negative energy spreads like wildfire. It spreads like wildfire. It spreads quicker than positive energy does. And if you don't believe me, go look up and down your timeline right now. Look up and down your timeline and look at all the things, the negative things and nonsense that people react to. Right? And I don't care what you react to. I mean, it's your life. But what I'm telling you is, to illustrate this point, this is just how people are. Negativity travels a lot faster, unfortunately. So the example I want to use to kind of illustrate this, let's say you walk into a bar. All right. Let's say you walk into a bar and the bar's full of people, and you walk in and say, oh man, I just lost my job. They laid me off. They repossessed my car. My wife just left me. Every person in that bar is going to tell the bartender to get around on you. Okay? They're going to say, get this person around me. You're going to leave that bar sloppy drunk. People react to negativity quicker. Let's say on the flip side, you walk in that same bar full of people and you're like, hey, I just bought a brand new BMW. I'm closing on a brand new house. I just married a supermodel. It's going to be quiet. Nobody's going to react. In fact, somebody's going to say, hey, well, Big Shot, you get us a drink. you get us a drink. That's just how the negative energy is versus the positive energy. That's just how it goes. I don't know why it's like that, but that's the way it is. So we have taken a relationship energy inventory. We have reacting less. Okay. We have reacting less when it comes to energy and negative energy. Because again, the goal is to not adapt. The goal is to influence the energy. And then the very last thing I want to discuss is I want you to treat every encounter like it's the last encounter. This is something that I implemented a very long time ago in my life. And it has really shaped and molded a lot of the relationships that I have today. Treating every relationship like it's the last encounter. What this does is it doesn't allow you to really hold a grudge. I'm not saying you're not going to be mad at people. I'm not saying people aren't going to upset you, but it's not going to allow you to hold a grudge, and you're going to react differently to the situations in your life when it comes to energy. So I'll give you this example. It was a young man that I was stationed with when I first got to Yuma, Arizona. And real cool young man. But I remember we were in the barracks. We were all stationed in the barracks. And it was maybe, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe 12 people in our little pod area in the barracks. 12 guys. And one Saturday we had to get up and we had to clean the bathroom out. We had to clean the bathroom. And man, they just didn't like the way we cleaned the bathroom. They didn't like the way we cleaned it. So we had to clean the bathroom. I think it was like maybe 12, 15 times we had to clean the bathroom. And it was like a few hours. So everybody started getting testy. Everybody started losing patience and stuff like that. And I got into it with one of the Marines that was there. And like we got into it. He said, man, I'm not cleaning anymore. I said, yeah, you are. And I think I pushed him or something like that. He pushed me. He shoved me back. And so we're getting into it. And then we had to realize, man, hold on one second, man. We getting into it over this. Finally, we ended up passing the inspection. Everything was all good. And, I went up to him and I apologized. I said, hey, I apologize, man. I was just a little on edge. I think everybody was, but it was no reason for me to react that way. So, I want to apologize to you. We dapped it up, we shook hands, and everything was all good. I mean, it was genuinely all good. We had resolved it. Then he was like, hey, I remember he had just bought a brand new, I think it was a rodeo. He bought a brand new Isuzu rodeo. And he said, hey, look, man, I'm going down to San Diego later on. If you want to roll, we're going down to San Diego. And I'm like, cool, well, let's go then. And I said, you know what, man, on second thought, I'm actually chill out. I'm going to chill here. And I'm going to stay back this weekend. You go hang out, do your thing, have fun, be safe or whatever. And he ended up leaving. He went out. He hung out in San Diego. But I guess he ended up falling asleep at the wheel later on that evening on his way back from San Diego. He fell asleep at the wheel. When he woke up at the last minute. He tried to avoid hitting a semi. He overcompensated, flipped his vehicle multiple times, and he flew out the windshield. He flew head first out the windshield about 20 plus feet. They let our unit know what had happened, and then we found out early in the morning hours that he had passed away. Now, why do I tell you that story? I tell you that story to say you treat every encounter like it's the last one, because it very well could be. So whether you have a grudge with somebody, whether you have animosity, whether you have beef, you always choose how you can respond. You may not be able to control how that person responds or reacts, but you can always choose your response to the situation. So those are the 3 tips that I want to leave with you when it comes to protecting your energy. Okay? We have to learn how to do relationship energy inventory. We have to learn how to react less. And we have to learn how to treat every encounter like it's the last one. Again, because it very well could be. I know this is a long message, but I think it's worth it. I think it's a very powerful message. It's your boy, Universal Soldier, bringing you another universal message, helping you cultivate a universal state of mind. Until next time, we out.